Is there a better way to put this on my desk so we can see it all? It's one of those things that, like, you go away on holiday and you're like, "Oh, awesome," like, ready to get back into the swing of things, and then you have a whole bunch of packages, which, like, I'm not actually complaining, let's be honest, but hello, gorgeous humans, welcome to this impromptu live stream. I have had a bunch of stuff come in, and, like, I need my people to share it with, and you are my people. So we have packages from Typhosi, from Upsidaisy, from Archer and Olive, from Bullet Journal Company, the washi tape shop. It's just like everything came in at once. I've also got pins from Artix. I had the Hubman and Chub Girl stationery box advent calendar arrive, and I'm like, I don't have enough room in my office for this, and I know that's a very first world problem, but oh my god. So, we're gonna have a look at all of the goods. Of course, a lot of these I do have discount codes for if you wanted to grab them yourself. They're linked in the description box, but I only just put them in, so you might have to refresh the page if you want to see them. But we love savings. Anywho, in terms of where to start, we're gonna start with the pile of Typhosi notebooks because I feel like it's gonna be the nicest to like get out of the way, only because there's like so many notebooks here and they take up a lot of desk space. So we're gonna move all of these other cheeky boys out of the way and have a look. Now, the good folks over at Typhosi, I do very much enjoy working with them because I think that their notebooks are really great in terms of like price point. Like for what you get, I think that the price is very reasonable for them. I am very much a fan of 160 GSM notebooks. Not all of these are 160 GSM. We're going to have a look at them. You do very much want to like check the listing anytime you go onto their website because they do have quite a big range in terms of notebook styles and also the paper type and all of that kind of thing. So here we have one of the first ones. We're going to move this stack out of the way so that we can appropriately see everything. Let's see. YouTube made a mistake and told everyone Jess was live several hours ago. 52 of us turned up only to leave 15 minutes later. Very disappointed. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that because I did schedule it for 9 a.m. So a little bit strange, but at least we're here together now. At least like it's happening. If it was how many hours ago? Many hours ago. Yeah, I think that somebody said it was at like 2 a.m. And I'm just like, as much as I love y'all, I'm not getting up at 2 a.m. to stream. I might stay up till 2 a.m., but not getting up at 2 a.m. So this one here, hopefully you can see it has this kind of like, I know this is called debossed, right? Debossed, embossed. Debossed is in, right? This is in. So hopefully you can see that this is a charcoal notebook with that debossed pattern. It's really, really pretty. I have two of these actually, so we'll have a look at the other one. So this one is the kind of flat charcoal color, so kind of quite neutral. In terms of inside, we have the Typhosi logo and that gold this notebook belongs to, which we have in pretty much all Typhosi notebooks, and then just the regular dot grid paper with the page numbers. So if you're the kind of person who likes page numbers, it's pretty awesome. I find that the numbers on this are kind of like a good balance between quite visible and not too overbearing. Like it's a nice size as far as I'm concerned, and it's in a kind of pale gray color that's the same as the dot grid. We do have videos on the channel that kind of like actually fully explore these. We're not going to go into like huge details with it, but 256 pages, so great if you're the kind of person who uses a lot of pages in their notebook. But because it does have as many pages as it does, it means that these are thicker compared to like a typical Archer and Olive or like Notebook Therapy, which only go up to like 160 or 192 pages, depending. But excellent notebook. I really love this pattern, but I think that the one that's like my favorite of the two is the next one because that one has a like slight texture to the color. So this is I know it's a blue Joe, so like let's just ignore that for a second, but look at how beautiful this color is. We've got the same design, same pattern with that same debossing, but I think that the slight kind of like variation in the color across the notebook makes it like really pretty. Are there any issues with the paper? I have found for Typhosi notebooks thus far, the ones that I've tried, ones like this guy, which have, because they did change their paper from when I first started using them, ones like this notebook or the Constellation collection that have the kind of like small icon on the front, I have no qualms with their paper. Like, I think that it holds up really well. But if you're looking at something like the Butterfly notebook, the one that has a full cover butterfly and moon design, that one takes a really long time to dry. So this type of paper for this one and the paper that's in this notebook and any of his friends. I've got quite a few in this collection now. I think I've got the Sagittarius, I've got the Libra, and I've got the Scorpio one. So now we've got the Leo. So this one is Leo. Obviously got a little lion here. You can see him in the gold. They have two different constellation collections though. So this is one of the constellation collections that just has the small icon on the front. And then they have another like zodiac collection. I think that they've called them different things. But this one I was like, oh my god, I have to get my hands on it. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. So this one I haven't tried before, but I do know that the paper in this notebook and this collection is not 160 GSM. So this one is very much going to be a notebook that I probably don't use for an everyday journal because I do like the paper to be thicker, but I thought that the cover design was so beautiful that I'm like, I have to get this. Now, the only thing that bothers me about this cover is the fact that the Libra symbol is upside down here. Like it's the right way up here, and I think that for the most part as we work around, they kind of face kind of the right direction. Like this one, obviously being, I don't know which one of them. I'm going to say it's Pisces, even though I think it's not actually Pisces. This one looks more like 69 than it does like the Pisces symbol, just because your brain defaults to reading that like a number. But still, the rest of them seem to be like the right way up when you're viewing the notebook like this, except for the ones on the sides because they get a little bit like tilted or whatnot. But that one being upside down, I'm like, no, but I don't really care because I think it's gorgeous. I love this entire collection. I think it's so nice. Let's say you wish the Gemini wasn't puke yellow. Oh no. Yeah, I think that in terms of like the color difference between the two collections, because obviously like the actual collection here, if we have a look at the two, they are a little bit different. So the Libra one in this style is this kind of like teal green. There we go, it's Cancer. I'm like, I knew it wasn't Pisces, but I always think it's Pisces because it looks like the swimming fish. Thank you. I'm not going to remember, and I'll probably need reminding again, but thank you. So this one is notably a teal green kind of color, but in this collection, it is a pale pink. So the colors between these two different collections, they obviously differ, but I loved the full cover design for this, so I really wanted to get it. In terms of the paper in this one, sorry, friendo, goodbye. So white, 160 GSM. On this one, though, I do have a cover card for it, but I've kind of put it somewhere. I don't know. I took it off because I just wanted to see the cover. But this one has squared corners, which isn't really my favorite, but like I could round those if I wanted to. But the paper in here is a kind of like ivory cream color, and the dots are a lot fainter. We don't have page numbers, and the dots also come like all the way to the edge. There isn't really a definitive border on these. And that does mean that like across the pages, sometimes the dot grid doesn't really line up, but I guess it really depends on how you're using this journal, like depending on what you're using it for. Because in my mind, I'm not going to be using this for an everyday journal, like doing my, daily setups, weekly setups, all of that kind of thing. So I don't really care, or at least I don't mind in this case, that the dot grid doesn't line up. One thing I would note that if you are someone who's probably got like any kind of visual impairment or anything, the dots in this one very, very faint, which you can probably tell, right? Like if we compare this guy, which does have thinner paper, not 160 GSM, but if we compare him to the one from before, this black or charcoal kind of colored one, like hopefully you can see pretty easily the difference in the dots. Yeah, exactly. There are dots on here. They are so bloody faint. Let's see. Let's see if we can lift it up for you and do a cheeky show and tell. So hopefully you can see like the comparison in the dots. There's kind of lower contrast because you're working on cream colored paper, and the dots themselves are also smaller. And hopefully you can see like where we actually have the border of the page. There is not much border. Like sometimes the dot is practically on the edge of the page. So something to be aware of. This one was also one of their first collections, like one of the first ones that they've actually kind of had on the website, I believe. So since then they have made kind of like updates to their paper and stuff and taken on feedback and things like that. So I very much got this one for just the cover because I thought it was beautiful. So be aware that there are some differences between each of their notebooks because they have different types of paper, different colors of paper and such. So it's important to read the description box. So gorgeous notebook. Putting that to the side. I really should have made more space on my desk before we started this, but I didn't, and here we are. So We have those 4 that we've looked at so far. So this one was also one we looked at. That beautiful blue, so gorgeous. I know that, like, me and Blue Joes have an interesting, history, but I had to get it. It was so gorgeous. We have 2 of the same design, but in a different colorway. So we've got this one in a kind of, like, tan color with the hands and the, like, sun and moon combo. So gorgeous, with the gold. And then we have this one, again with gold, but on a navy. I don't know which one I like better, honestly, because I love the contrast of the gold on the navy. I think that's so beautiful, but I really love this kind of tan color as well, and the texture of these 2 notebooks is slightly different too. So hopefully you can kind of tell if we kind of hold this up. The blue one does have kind of like a scaly kinda texture. I don't know what that's called, but it's, just a little bit different. And then the tan is a little bit more smooth, but they are both very pretty notebooks. Um, I honestly don't think I could pick a favorite, but I would love to know which one is your favorite. We're gonna do a poll. I love a poll. Okay, so let's start the poll. The option is the tan versus the blue. Type, type, type. And the question is, which one is your favorite? Alrighty, starting the poll. Tiny drum roll. I don't know how long it takes to actually get up for you guys, but hopefully you can see that now. I want to know which one is your favorite one, because, like, I do love this contrast though. Look at that gold. So shiny, so pretty. But I do also think that you can see the hands and the, like, if we take this guy off so you can kind of see, like, these botanicals or leaves or whatnot, you can see them a little bit better, I think, on the tan color. But I do think that they are both stunning. I don't know if they had another colorway. Yeah, where's the both option? No, no, no. We're being decisive this morning. It's a Tuesday, at least for me, it's a Tuesday. We need to make snap decisions about which of these notebooks is better. Okay, you don't really have to, but I think that they're both very pretty. So let's see. You guys are reckoning maybe a slight preference towards the blue. Yeah. I also think that the nice part about these notebooks as well is that the elastic is a bit thicker, which means it holds up a little bit better as your notebook is a little bit chunky. Like if we compare this one to this one, I'm just going to flip this guy over so you can kind of hopefully see them a little bit closer to each other. Like the elastic on the blue notebook is thinner than the one on the brown. Maybe I can hold them top to tail. That might be a more sensible idea. Oh dear. Try and hold these so that you can actually kind of see them. And hopefully you can see that that tan one is like, no, another 2 lines larger than the blue, is a little bit more robust. So that can also be something to, like, consider in terms of your notebook purchasing. So you have a 10 a.m. meeting, so you'll lurk until then. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, Monica. I asked Monica if she wanted any notebooks while I was getting this stash, and she started like going, "Oh, maybe this, maybe that," and then she's like, "No, I don't need any more notebooks." Good job on your decisive moment there, Monica, because some of us don't have any shelf control. Puns. Anyways, let's move these out of the way and stop making dad jokes. So the last notebook that I got from Typhosi, because remember, we have quite a few packages to get through, but the last one I got from them was this journal, and I don't usually go for journals that have writing on the front, but I just thought that this was just cute. I like the sentiment, right? Yeah, they're freaking stunning though. Exactly, they are. So this one, another blue notebook, I think they had a couple other designs. I didn't even notice, but we've got a little planet here. It's so cute. Um, you have created an addiction in me. I apologize. I'm not trying to be an enabler here. Like, that is not the purpose of this. It's just because my family only wants to hear so much about my new notebooks and stuff. They're like, "Yeah, Jess, that's nice. Like, cool story, bro." And I'm like, "No, I need you to be more excited right now. Be more excited." So you are magic with our little butterfly, or I guess moth, I guess. Kinda, I don't know how you would tell the difference on a picture like this. But you can swing it either way, right? Follow your joy. On the front though, we've got this, like, debossing and the gold, and then on the back it's just like a smooth kind of blue. I think it's a really nice color. I mean, I'm not usually a big fan of more pastel kind of pale colors, but I think that this one is quite nice. I managed to get something on the front of this. I'm not going to scratch that off right now. Alrighty, it doesn't look too bad. But inside this one though, we have similar kind of paper. The numbers are slightly different on this one, so that they are a little bit smaller, a little more discreet, but the dots are still fairly visible compared to, like, the cream one from before. In terms of number of pages, we have 190 numbered pages, which means that I would probably consider this notebook to be like the 192. Apologies if we're going in and out of focus. It has a little bit of difficulty here, but I just want to make sure that you can see the details when I hold it closer to the camera. But it's quite cute. I'm looking forward to adding this one to the shelf. Very nice blue, because I don't have a lot of pale blues, I feel. Okay, I'm looking at my shelf now. I'm like, maybe she's just talking schmack. Maybe she does have a lot of pale blues. It's fine. So these ones, gorgeous stack. But the best part is, anytime I work with Typhosi, they're always like, your community loves a giveaway, right? We could host a giveaway. We could like give them a notebook if you want. I'm like, yes, they would love a notebook, please and thank you. So if you jump over to Instagram, now or after the stream, whichever, floats your boat, we do have a giveaway running over there. All you have to do is follow me, Doi, follow them, Doi, and then leave a comment on the video. It's like the most recent reel that I posted. I'll find you a link so that you can just go directly there if you want to. I think I've also linked it in the description box of the video, but we love to win. Like, winning something is the ultimate version of savings. So make sure you jump over there, leave your comment, follow the things, all of the whatevers you have to do. It's only like 3 things. I don't like to make giveaways hard to enter. So I want you to win. I want you to enter. I want to be able to give you a notebook, whether that be the tan one or the blue one, or like whichever thing from the website you kind of like feel drawn to. Again, follow your joy. So we're going to put these guys to the side. This fat stack of notebooks, which I need more shelf room for. Maybe some of my friends are going to be getting notebooks for Christmas. But putting those guys to the side. And we'll keep on the notebook train because it seems fitting. One of the next things that I got, was from the bullet journal. So each year, the bullet journal comes out with an artist's edition where they get somebody in the community to create the cover of their notebook. I don't know if it's actually every year, but for at least a couple of years, they've done that. So this one here, I'm a sucker for stars and sprinkles, so you just know that I needed to have this one too. So we've got that one and the kind of like almost like silver holographic foil. I think it's like technically, I don't know. We're just gonna look at the notebook because look at it, it's beautiful. It is definitely holographic. Like sitting here, I hope you can see the slight rainbow kind of sheen to that. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. So this one is very, very gorgeous. We'll get this one out. Of course, they do their notebooks with LT1917. So in terms of the paper, we're not thinking 160 GSM, we're thinking 120. In terms of the paper color, we're thinking like a cream ivory rather than a bright white. But I think this is so super gorgeous. Yeah, that I heard he sprinkle. No, it's gorgeous. Or at least I think it is. And I think that there we go. That probably shows off the kind of like slight holographicness to it a little bit better. But yes, an official bullet journal notebook, which means that when we open it up, we have some information about the artist, which is very, very nice. So we've got our little info card for that. We also have the grid markers and stuff to be able to like divide your page and such. We have the, bulletjournal.com with their little logo in the middle, because the idea is that bullet journaling is the intersection between like what you need to do and why you want to do it, that kind of a thing. So gorgeous. We've got that attached to the card. Nameplate page in this kind of like pale, just like effectively 3 pale lines type deal. And our page numbering is in the middle of the page. And this is one of the things that I think is like interesting. I would much prefer a page number to be like at the corner so that when you flip through very quickly, you can see it. You don't have to flip to like the middle of the book. Does that make sense? I don't know. But in terms of some of the other key features they print in a key page because it's the bullet journal official notebook, so they give you the official bullet journal symbols and such. I do think it's interesting that they don't have the new symbol in here because the new bullet journal symbol is, I believe it was an exclamation point or something. I can't even remember what it is now, but I do know that there is a new one and it is for thoughts. Or like feelings or whatever, but we have a whole video on that. That's a side note. So intentions page, we have these smart markers. I'll zoom in by just holding the notebook closer to the to the camera here, but hopefully you can see we have the little smart marks, an equal sign. There we go, because I'm like, I know it's not something crazy. It's just because I use an exclamation point for notes, and that's why I get confused. There we go. An equal sign for feelings. Yeah, it's like this is what happened, which equals these feelings in me. Makes sense. So little smart marks there to help you divide your page up nice and quickly. So that's kind of cute. We've got those on the like vertical division, which is along the bottom so that you can cut your page vertically, and the horizontal division so that you can cut your page into horizontal sections, which is nice. Yeah. Exclamation point has been around for a while as a signifier. Yeah, yeah. I personally use the exclamation point for just general notes, because a line to me, like this one, which they typically use for a note, I like to use for um, like canceling things because I don't want to cross things out because I find that it gets a little bit methy. But after this, we have the index, so it's like just pre-printed at the top. I mean, you can cover over it, you don't have to use it as an index. I'm not going to make you, but it's still there and helpful for anybody who wants to do the bullet journal in specifically the way that Ryder Carroll has told us to do. At the back, though, QR code to scan to learn some more about bullet journaling. We have some stickers. We love it. And these stickers are in the same color palette as our notebook itself. So rather than being the typical gold, we have this like holographic silver. Gorgeous. We loves it. So we have all of the bullet journal I was like Ziggy, lightning bolts. And then we have just some dots. We have some days. So Monday through Sunday, 5 times over, or as many as times we'll let you kind of fill in here, which is nice. We have some number strips for 1 through 31, and then also the months of the year twice so that you could do, I don't know, a future log with them and then also put a title on for each of the months of the year or whatnot. So it's quite cute. What we also get is, because this is your official bullet journal notebook, we get a little kind of, I don't know, quick guide or whatnot to tell us how to bullet journal. Like, this is how the system works. This is like the very, very abridged version of the actual bullet journal book. So, how to set up your index, how to set up your future log, yada, 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 kind of a thing, which is nice. So, if you're giving this to somebody as like a, hey, I think that bullet journaling as a system would really help you, and you don't want to give them the crash course yourself, they already get a little book that gives them the crash course. Yeah, exactly. Ashley's got it right. It would be a very nice gift for a beginner, or somebody who just doesn't mind paper that's a little bit thinner. And like starry sprinkles. We also have some bookmarks in this one. So we have three bookmarks. We've got a black, a darker grey, and then a lighter grey. So maybe you could mark in, I don't know, your future log, current monthly, and daily log or something like that, so that you've got all of those marked. I don't use bookmarks very often, so it's not really a thing for me, but that's because I don't mind flipping back and forth in my journal. It gives me an opportunity to appreciate my past work. Like, oh, I remember making that cover page. So gorgeous. Not that I really use cover pages anymore, but still. So this notebook, absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, I do wish it was heavier paper. I like that we have this little cheeky lightning bolt in here, but when we put this over it, you don't really see it. So sneaky undercover lightning bolt, but I love it. I know I am just a sucker for stars and sprinkles, so that's very much part of the reason. I'm gonna put this guy back into his box so he's nice and safe. We'll put a little card on top. Again, if you want to grab yourself something from the bullet journal, we funnily have a discount code for that too. We love savings, but no giveaway on this one though. Sadly, only giveaways on the Typhosi notebooks right now. But I love giveaway season. I love new setup season as well. So keeping on that train of, yeah, we're doing all of the notebooks at once, I also got an order from Archer and Olive. Oh my gosh. I know that we're not here for the box, but I do love a good box, and Archer and Olive's boxes are some of the best. Now, the issue that I have is that with as many notebooks as I have, I had like way too many boxes. I was keeping them for quite a while, and they were literally a stack taller than me in my closet, almost to the point where if I hadn't have gotten rid of them, I'd probably have 2 or 3 stacks now that would be taller than me, which is slightly ridiculous. So what I ended up doing with the notebook boxes is giving them to my friend Rachel. She took them to her early childhood center, and the kids use them for like paint and play type deals. So effectively, rather than painting on paper, which you could very easily slip off the edge of and paint on the table, they use these as painting boxes. So they kind of like give them this, and then they can paint in here and then there's a barrier, so the paintbrush can't escape, which is kind of nice. But the notebook I decided to get here is a B5, so a little bit bigger than I usually use, which means that we cannot really see it on camera fully. Let's see if we can zoom it out just a little bit. Yeah, boxes are so hard to get rid of. The Mellow Days ones have gorgeous boxes too, eh? I haven't seen them, but now I'm curious. So this Ultra and Olive notebook, nice stretchy elastic. We're going to use that to help me get it out of the box. But this one was part of their, I think, like everyday essentials collection or something. It was a vintage flower, notably. I don't know the name of it. I just thought it was cute. I don't have very many B5s. I mean, as far as some people go, I have plenty of B5s. Jessica, please stop. But as far as my collection goes, I don't have very many B5s. So I wanted to make sure that I got another one to put into that lineup just so that then I feel a little bit more like at peace using the B5s. I have this weird thing where if, like, I only have 1 or 2 of a particular notebook size, I'm like, "No, I can't possibly use it." Like, that scarcity mindset kinda kicks in. Ridiculous, but anywho, I love this color. I love this cover style. This is kind of a similar color and texture to the one that I used at the start of this year, though I was using a square, and it was like the foliage design, which was kind of like full cover debossed. Keep reminding myself, debossed. Um, but I think that this is like quite a pretty design for this style as well. I do know why this isn't as far over as I personally would like it to be. Like, you need to make room for the spine and keep this kind of on the actual cover. But I do wish that it didn't have quite as much space on this side. Like, if you see it finger wise, like, I don't know. Still gorgeous, but also, I know that, Ultra and Olive in terms of shipping is not great for some of our international friends, technically myself included. Like, New Zealand doesn't even get the option to buy the subscription box. Like, if you put your address in as New Zealand, when you try and order a subscription box, it's like, "No, no, 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 no. We're not doing that." So, I totally get it. I do appreciate that they've opened up international stockists again. So you have people in Europe and you have people in Australia who now sell these notebooks. Do they get every collection? No, which is kind of a bummer as well, but they do get a decent chunk of them. So there is still hope. There is still hope. And it means that you don't have to pay the somewhat ridiculous shipping prices. But front cover, gorgeous. We also have some spine design, which I'm just like really into at the moment. So that one's at the top here with the little botanicals. And then we've got them down the bottom with the little botanicals again. It's kind of like a little mirror image. We can see both of them together. Oh, it's so cute. And then we don't have anything on the back except for that kind of like textured, like brown tan color. It's nice. I love it very much. So this is great. We love this. Excellent new addition, along with the very beautiful box. I know that the box is not what we're here for, but it's a really good box. So putting that one to the side. Now, I would just like to highlight something that technically is not a new item, but I just think deserves a shout out because I didn't realize how much I was going to use this until I started using it. You can see my beautiful lights there. There we go. Light number 1, light number 2. This guy is the B5 stencil slash ruler that came in the subscription box mid-year. They sent me the subscription box because I was like part of their content team at that point. And I initially, when I got this, I'm like, I don't use a B5. I'm never going to use this ruler, whatever kind of thing. This is my primary ruler now. I use this so much. I love this stencil. Like, do I use any of the boxes in the middle? No, not so much. But the fact that it has the numbers along the side, you see these cheeky little numbers, because it has the numbers along the side and it has one continuous straight edge, it makes measuring up pages so quick and easy. Like, I know that an A5 across is only going to have 26 spaces, so I just like stop counting there type of the thing. And I know that down it has 38 spaces, so I can stop counting there. Yes, the divider marks in the middle, like on the 23 there and on the 16, maybe you can see them, there's the little circles. Yeah. Those ones are for the divisions in a B5 notebook, but I just don't use them. I just ignore them because I use an A5 primarily. It doesn't have the dips that the A5 one does, though. This ruler is the greatest thing ever. I know that I'm like harping on about it, but that's just because it really surprised me how much I'm using it. Like, at the start, I was like, "I'm really skeptical. I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. I'm gonna just give this away to a friend," kind of a thing. And now I'm like, "Nope, if this ruler ever breaks, I will be devastado, and I must get another one immediately." So, these ones are actually available now, though. You can purchase these as individual items, which is very exciting. Um, so it means that you can get them without having to have got that subscription box. I always love it when a helpful item from the sub box ends up on their store as just a regularly stocked item. Yes, this is great. So this one is now available for purchase as an individual item. If this ever breaks, I shall be getting one. If they ever take it out of stock, I will riot, but just wanted to highlight it, even though technically it's not a new item for me. It's just awesome. So putting that safely away because, again, if it breaks, I will be sad. Can't find it on the site. Oh no! I hope it's still there, otherwise that would be quite unfortunate. Let's go have a look. So I believe you have to go to Archer and Olive, you go to shop, you go to possibly like accessories or something. I think most of the time I get impatient. I just search the word stencil because then at least it'll come up. It might be a little bit hard to find, but let's see. Stencil. There you are, my pretty. Gotta go find my baby. Let's see. We'll copy the link for you guys so you can just get straight there as well because that just is easier. We do love the stencil. It is gorge. Poink, 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 poink. There we go. I'll send you the links. Send you the links. So in terms of other gorgeous items that I got, let's see what's next on the lineup. I think that's all for notebooks. I'm like, do I need more notebooks? Probably not. So all good for notebooks, but another very exciting package I got was from Oopsie which Oopsie is a like UK based brand. I think that Jo is the person in charge of it, or at least she's always the person who reaches out to me and like offers to send me stuff, which I appreciate. But I really love that we have this little binder and such. So we've got the Oopsie little kind of like typography logo there. Oh, if you're using the code at checkout, you remember because all the codes are linked in the description box. If you're getting the Archer and Olive stencil, it's JashiiCorrin 10. Yeah. I can never remember what my codes are. That's why I link them in the videos, like in the description box, because I'm just like, they change and they're different. And then sometimes it's 10% and sometimes it's 15 and it gets me confused. But anyway, oopsie-daisy. Love this. So we have this little binder with these little plastic pockets. I thought that it was really cute that they like have the decorated inside of it though. I thought that was kind of special. So if we just have a cheeky sneaky look, we have some washi tapes in here, which Jo put into my order, which I appreciate. I haven't opened them yet. I like that we've got the little pockets with the little zips, and they seem to work fairly well, except for the fact that I haven't zipped this one before. Oh no! I think I've done it wrong. Okay, that's better. Now it's zipped up. I obviously like forcibly opened it the wrong way. This looks good again. It's now actually closed. We've also got some stencils and such, but we're gonna look at the tapes first. So cute little packets. Little washi tapes. You can see that this one is purple, but you can't see what's on it because I froze the autofocus. Haha. I love that they have the numbers and days that you can just lay down the side of the page and they fit the dot grid box. Like that is the most exciting part. I personally already have the kind of like white one, which kind of just blends in with the page. You really just see the numbers. But now I have a purple one and we also have a black one. There we go. So it goes from 1 to 31, and then it has like some stars, I think, or at least that's what my white one has. I actually have a tool to open these. I'm gonna go use that because I always struggle with these little boxes, and now I don't have to. I can do this. Great success. So you can see that it goes to 31, and then we just have some little stars. I wish that there were 5 stars for some reason, like, then you could like, "Hey, I rate my month 5 stars out of 5," or something. Or you could just use them for bonus days, it's all good. There's probably a reason there's 4. But we have the numbers, which again, they fit the 5mm dot grid, very useful. And then we also have the days of the week, so Monday, Tuesday. I mean, this is like the start of the tape. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, etc., etc. Quite useful, especially when you do as many setups as I do, especially for those like idea type videos. And I'm just like, I don't want to write these things out. Then I can just lay a strip of tape down the side of the page. Super simple stuff. So they have white, they have black, which I assume is quite helpful if you're using a blackout journal or if you just like the contrast of it. And they also have the purple. And then we also got another tape. I don't know what's on this one though, so we're gonna have a cheeky, sneaky look at it. Opening it this way. So there we go. Oopsie daisy, of course, is another one that we have a discount code for because we love savings. Also linked in the description box. But this one I haven't looked at, so we're going to open it up. Aw, it's just like some different colored pens. That's quite cute. So if you're a fountain pen fiend, we have at least 4 colors. Yep, there we go. So it's red, green, blue, and purple, which is in that kind of like cartoony, sketchy type thing that they do for the majority of their designs, which is quite cute. I think that they do have quite cute designs. We're gonna roll this up carefully because it's sticky on the back because it's tape, which means I need to roll it up so that it like lines up kind of nicely with itself. Otherwise, it'll make a mess, and I don't want to make a mess of the tape. All right, there we go. We're gonna pull off the red one because the red one is already half cut. Ugh. There we go. Ta-da! Pen. I will not leave that there. That is ridiculous. But some very cute tapes. I know that they have others in their range as well, but like I thought those ones were quite nice. And then we obviously have the pockets and such. The thing that I'm most excited for in this one though is definitely the rainbow stencils. We're just going to pull this one off so that we can go and have a look at those rainbow stencils. Get out of here, pen. So Oopsie Daisy pockets, love, love, love. But rainbow boxes, the ultimate flexible journaling stencil. So opening this one up so that we can have a look at those. The reason that I wanted this one in particular, or am as excited about this one as I am, is because when I do Vogel's journal setups, he uses the exact same size box for each of his weeklies. Like his weekly structure has the exact same layout every single time. And I don't like having to spend the time, effort, and energy to measure them up. So the one in particular that I want is the purple one because they're like colored based on these little stickers. So if we kind of bring these ones up, you can see that we have a rainbow, effectively. It's not technically in rainbow order right now, but we've got the different colored boxes with their, well, they're not boxes, I suppose, they're flowers. And then you can use them together to make different layouts. So they give you some different layout ideas based on the size boxes that you're using and such. So for my ones that I'm setting up for Vogel, it would just be like the purple one over and over and over again. But I think that this is a really nifty system. Like this is what it would be for Vogel's one. It would just be that across both pages. So it shows you how you can use them. I just think that's really nifty. So these are a kind of like flexible plasticky kind of thing. So like be careful with them, but you lay them down on their page, they're nice and flat. You could probably store this in the back pocket of your journal, especially if like you only use 1 or 2 of them on a regular basis. So that's quite helpful. But I have a little plastic pocket here that has the little label on it so I can store them all together. I do wonder if you buy stencils from Oopsie Daisy, do they come in these plastic pockets with the little labels on them already so that you can just slot them in to your like Oopsie Daisy stencil holder? I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't have that many Oopsie Daisy products, or at least like flat ones that you would store in something like this. Like I've got my tape, but I'm not going to store my tape in here. But I think that that's quite a cute system. And then like as you kind of build up your stack, you can add more. I'm gonna open this guy up because this one has fallen out. We want to put him back in. Cute. There we go. Oh, loud noises. I'm sorry. There we go. The ones that you use the most are the purple and the yellow. There. I think that the purple would definitely be the one that I would use the most. So we have the Oopsie Daisy stencil pack for friends. Let's have a look at this one. So this one is a bunch of different little characters that we can draw in theory. So we have stencils that would help us draw those. I know that this is going to be really hard to see. Let's see. Can I find something that will make it easier to see them? The back of the bullet journal box, maybe? There we go. And so this is like the pen body and then the little accessories and then a little ink blob. If you were doing ink swatches, I think that this would be kind of cute. So we've got that one. I'm going to grab all of them out and we'll have a look at them. Yeah. So this one is more of like a pencil with like the top and bottom of the pencil and then the stripe in the middle with a little face. We have this one, which is the sharpener with the sharpenings, and then a little like I Heart Stationery one, which is quite cute. And then you can kind of lay this over the top to do the inside parts of the letter, so you don't have to kind of, like, guess yourself, which I appreciate because I always find that fun with stencils is, like, with certain letters, you can't do those internal structures unless you're doing one of those, like, little kind of insert bits that, like, hold I don't know how to explain it, but it always kind of looked a little funny. Anywho, we've got a highlighter, some more little faces, and then I guess this would be the ruler? Yeah, so we've got the ruler with the ruler face, and then the highlighter with the highlighter face. Yeah, looks pretty cute. So, stationery friends, if you wanted to do some kind of, like, stationery themed setup or something like that, and this is your kind of, like, fun cartoony style that you like, you could use that kind of thing. So, put those ones back into the pocket though. I like these pockets. I think the pockets make a lot of sense. And zip that one up, flip that one over. So we have a year in pixels. This one has a different style pocket. It is a kind of like slip into the top pocket. So we've got the year in pixels tracker with the stencil on the back here. Poink. So this one you would just, again, lay down on your page and then go around it, zip, 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 zip. And then you have a little space for a key and stuff with the typical Oops-a-Daisy kind of lettering style, which is cool. We'll put that one back into its pocket. It tells you kind of like how you would use it, which is quite sweet. I like a year in pixels for doing things that aren't just mood related personally. I think that it's a very versatile type of layout. Like you can use it for a lot of different things, but all good. We have the monthly habit tracker for 2025 in particular. So this one would be the kind of thing that you would use for any year that starts on the same day as 2025. I believe this is probably a Monday start. It looks like a Monday start because then those days would be no. Those days would be Monday. I'm getting myself confused. I think it's a Monday start, but a whole bunch of little calendars. And we also have some font stencils. This one is just done as like punched rings. I'm supposed to press that down. There we go. So that we can get the lettering out and you can have a look at it. So we've got the insides of the letters down the bottom here because I was like, what the heck is this? A boo doo doo dod. No, these are the internal parts of your letters that have those ones. So like A, B, D, O, P, Q, and R. But that's quite a cute little lettering style. I like that they have the punctuation as well. That's always helpful. Like, I think the one that irks me is that oftentimes the punctuation mark that gets left out is the apostrophe. And I'm like, well, the apostrophe could also be used as a comma or like vice versa or for like quotation marks. And that would be helpful to have as well. But no, we don't get that. We don't get those. Flipping on over, we have some lowercase stencils of the same kind of design, which is nice. So it's just, there we go. Better. And then we have some calendar stickers. So 2025 calendar stickers and then 2025 calendar sticker tabs. So you can see that these ones have the little corner that you'd like stick outside your journal so that you'd have those running down the side of the notebook and you can like flip through it to find the different sections, which is quite sweet. So love it. We've got a back pocket here that we can store some other flat kind of bits and pieces in. But I do like this little binder. I think that that's quite nifty, quite zazzy. Definitely, for sure, my favorite thing from Oops-a-Daisy are these numbers. They have them in both vertical and horizontal, which is super, super useful. At the time of streaming this, I don't have everything linked in the description box, but I will endeavor to do that after we're finished here. But I like this one. I like this binder. I think the binder is going to be really useful. I'm going to put that on my shelf so it is nice and safe and secure. There we go. Now, another fabulous item that I got recently, and I have actually already used, are these pens from Artex. Now, if you have been on the channel for a little while, if we have spoken before, excellent. You will know that there are certain things in bullet journaling that are my nemesis, things that just like don't work for me, stuff that I have previously tried and found not to have great success with it. And one of those things has been paint pens. Paint pens and Jess haven't really been friends. But I think it might have been the paint pens I was using because these are paint pens and I really like them. So in terms of this one, this guy is a paint pen that you don't have to shake and you don't have to prime, and I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, another nemesis is definitely blackout paper. Again, because like to use it, you have to use paint pens and gel pens and stuff, and the dry times on those are longer, and it would irk the ever-loving heck out of me. These ones dry really fast. Like, I was quite impressed with them. And I found that, like, I've only used them on white paper so far. I haven't used them on any other type of paper, but I've been very impressed with how they worked. So if we just tilt this on the side, you can see that this is an acrylic marker set. We have 60 colors. They are water-based with a brush tip. That was another thing that I liked. It's got a, like, nice fat brush tip, so it's very easy to color in with them. Available on different surfaces, I assume means that you can write on different surfaces, and they are bright and opaque. So we take the lid off this one. You can see that it comes with the little card here to say, like, hey, this is Artex, cool. But it also comes with little stickers that you can put on the tops of the pens. I do, of course, just wish that they were printed on. It would make my life easier, but I do like that they have the ability to be labeled and you have the numbers. And I also like that the numbers on this card are in the same order that the pens are in the container. So hopefully you can kind of see down to the bottom. We've got, like, little grid situation that it sits in, wee, 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 which means that then if we read off this card, we have them in the right order. So, like, 0, 2, 03 with C, 3, 5, C8 in theory. Like, I think that the color matching of these numbers aren't perfect, but at least they are in the order. Like, if we kind of work down the side here, you can see that we have, like, the 0, the C19, the 33, the 51, and then the C64. Like, that is the first column of pens. Quite useful. What we also have, though, are the little labels for the sides of the pens, so you can label them both from the top and the side. I will probably go and label them from the top. I don't know if I'll bother with the side labeling, but maybe you could put this in, like, a swatch book or something if you wanted to, if you didn't want to, like, draw the pens out. But I would probably draw the pens out just because, color matching and such. We're not going to swatch every single pen, but I can get out a piece of paper and show you a couple because I think that would be worthwhile. And I'm specifically going to get out some blackout paper as well, and we're going to have a look at it on that too. So put these guys to the side, go get some paper. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. I am a bit of a hoarder when it comes to any paper offcuts, so I keep them all in here in their little baggies. White is obviously the one I have the most of because, like, anytime I make a Dutch door, we've got paper for that. So we'll grab out a piece of that one. We'll also grab out a piece of black paper, just like this one will do fine. There we go. And we'll grab out a little piece of craft, possibly. I don't think I have any, like, decently huge sized ones that aren't, like, a full piece, because that's a... We'll grab out a tiny one. Gorgeous. We're not going to do mega amounts of swatching, but I just wanted to show you what they're kind of like. So the ones that I've used so far, obviously I've, like, put the pen number on the bottom of it here. And we've got Artex, acrylic marker. You don't need to shake them, which is nice. And it has a brush tip for the nib. And then in terms of, like, coloring those in, we'll just shove you guys to the side so we can see what we're doing. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. So here we go. Looks pretty good. We'll zoom you in as well so that you can meow, meow. Now, I have found that the dry time on these compared to other paint markers I've used has been very nice, which I've kind of appreciated. Opacity is pretty decent. I have done, like, multiple passes over most of the times I've used them just to make it so that there's not any kind of, like, streaks or anything like that. If we try this guy on blackout, haven't used it on this before, so... Notably, you can see at the end of the stroke, we have, like, a thinning of the paint, which is why I do the double. So, like, I'd go in one direction, and then I'd go in the other direction so that it kind of, like, matches, I suppose. And, of course, I picked a brown marker to show you on brown paper, but we're still going to do it anyways. So, there we go, and back the other way. We'll pick a different color so we're not just doing brown on brown. There we go, put that one. I don't know if they have to be stored upside down, but because they came upside down, I am inclined to continue to store them upside down. You're so bad for my bank balance, Jess. I'm sorry. I just thought that they were really cool. I'm going to use a paler color because I think that'll be a good test for the blackout paper. So I've just picked up this pink one. I don't know which number it is because I haven't numbered them yet. And we'll do some swatches on the white. I mean, blackout paper is still going to be one of my nemesis, so I don't see myself using it very much, but I think on white paper, this looks really pretty. So doing a double pass over again. and that way, and then that way. I should probably, like, let it dry a bit before I go and do the second pass over, but I didn't, and here we are. So you can see, like, that one, it is definitely showing up, like, comparing it to just the pure black paper, like, we can see the difference, but notably, I would probably need to do a little bit more doubling over of any paler color, which is kind of what I've found to be true for almost any paint pen I've used. So, given the fact that these are a cheaper option than other ones I've looked at, and we've got a decent range of colors, and we've got, actual like numbering on the pens and stuff like that we can do and such, I'm still quite pleased with it. I feel like I didn't intentionally, but we're picking like Neapolitan colors here. Like, it's just reminding me of ice cream, but that one I'm still quite pleased with. I'm quite impressed with these to the extent where I would almost be tempted to try out a blackout notebook again, but we'll see what happens with that. Do I have this in the right place? Yes, I'm like trying to see if I've actually put these into the right holes, because the holes are a little bit, like, bigger so that you can kind of insert it nice and easily. I feel like this is not sounding good. I apologize. But anyway, because there's some wiggle room in the hole, it means that these pens kind of like flop to either side, and I'm not necessarily sure if I've put it into the right place. But anywho, like, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these pens. I'm excited to use them a bit more. I haven't obviously tried very many of the colors. Like, I used this one and this one here for my most recent setup. But yeah, we have a decent range of greens. Like, if we have a look at our little swatch card again, you can see like we have a good range in the green section, which makes sense because every pen set has the most in the green. We have at least a couple different variants of red, which is nice because sometimes you only get like one red and it's like, cool. Let's see. Other colors that I do like though, I quite like this color. I thought that this was quite a nice color in particular. There we go. It looks like a makeup swatch. We'll just do an individual pass of that, and then I don't know, I'll just put it in the middle here and over the top. So they layer quite nicely. Yeah, I assume that if you don't let them dry, you could probably get them to blend. I don't want to try and blend my pens right now. They're still new and untainted by each other's colors. So I'm not going to try it out, but I do believe it would probably work. If you want to see somebody who uses paint pens really well, especially when it comes to like journaling, I would recommend Bright Violet Arts. Valerie is such a gem. She does amazing work with all of the paint pens that she uses, and she uses quite a range of them. So this is looking cute. We're going to, I can't get rid of that. That's too much paper. That's too much paper that could be used for something. So we're just going to trim that part off. There we go. It's like, don't be a hoarder. It has potential. It has potential. We're not going to throw it away. We're going to put it back into our very neat and tidy bin. This little piece of brown, like, I can't use that again. It's got stuff on the back and it's fully written on the front, so that one can go away. Let's say you've been eyeing these for a while. Choice between eating and buying that journal. Dang it. Yeah, there are certainly times when the bank balance is just like, Jessica, no, you need to stop. But I do recognize that I'm very blessed because, given that this is my line of work, people reach out and they want to send me things. So it's kind of nice. So remember, I'm not here to enable you. I'm here because I need to gush about all of the little goodies I got, and my family is sick of me talking about it. Like, yeah, you guys can be my found family. You guys can be my stationery family. So we'll put these guys to the side in my somewhat neat and tidy box of tricks. Not really. It's not no tricks. It's just paper. But put that to the side. We can close up our paint pens again. Nice range of colors. I love it. So making sure that I put the stickers back in there so that I don't lose them, because otherwise I will lose them, and I don't want to do that because I need to label them. Let's see. You're totally here to enable us, Jess, and we love it. It's just the bank balances that don't. Alrighty, well, just you and me, we cool. You and your wallet and me, we have beef, and that's okay. I don't mind if I'm in like a combative relationship with your wallet. So, in terms of other goodies and bits and pieces, obviously, as mentioned, I did get the I'm not even going to be able to show you this. I did get the Stationery advent calendar from Hubman and Chubgirl. We already have a full unboxing of this on the channel, and I know that some people do not want to be spoiled, so I'm not going to open it. Don't even worry. I just wanted to note the fact that it exists, and it's super cute, and if you like their style, then you would not be disappointed in this box. Like, if this is the kind of thing that you're just like, yes, I love Christmas, I want something really special for my advent calendar this year, I want everything to be matchy-matchy, like samey vibes, and I want it to be cutesy as heck, then this is for you. If that's not your vibe, it's not for you. But you can still go watch the video, and I always appreciate your support. We're putting this one to the side, not gonna open it, don't even worry. So, what a massive box. This box took a second to get to me because if you don't know, I live in New Zealand, aka the ass end of the world, and there's a place called Zealand, not New Zealand, in Europe. So my box went to Europe until somebody realized this is the wrong Zealand. We need the New Zealand, and then sent it on its way to me. So it took many moons to get to me. But I assume that if you order this, it will not happen to you. Your box will hopefully arrive much more promptly. But it was a very exciting package to receive, and I just think it's really, really cute. But in terms of other things, other goodies and bits and pieces. Now, some of these you have already seen, but some of them you haven't. So we're gonna have a look. Wee, wee, wee. Lots of tape. Lots and lots of tape. There we go. We've got. Excellent. There we go. We've got a stash. We're just gonna wrangle them a little bit. So there are some collections here. Some of them you will have hopefully already seen on the channel, depending on which videos you've watched. But this is a recent stash from the washi tape shop. I love the washi tape shop. I talk about them a lot because I love them a lot. I just think that their tapes are really great quality. I love the artists that they collaborate with, and I super, super love that more recently they've been getting into doing more kiss cut designs on their PET tapes, because cutting out all of the little bits and pieces from PET tapes, I mean, I do it because I like the designs, but I'd prefer not to have to do it. So some of these are kiss cut designs, which is quite exciting. Some of them are just like regular kind of bits and pieces and whatnot, but we're going to have a look at these. You've made a very valid point. It probably is time for a tink. Tink, there we go, because I've been running my mouth for almost an hour now, and my voice to get a little dry. Oh my god. What are you talking about? I've never heard you talk about them before. I know, right? Well, if you're new here, no. The washi tape shop, though, was one of those ones that I was very skeptical about because, like, when they first got on the scene, I was like, yeah, okay. Like, are you really as good as you say? Like, kind of a thing. And I had to eat my words because they very much surprised me in terms of the quality. But in terms of this one you will have seen in a video recently about different weekly designs, weekly layout ideas. And this one is just a bunch of different tiles. I think that these ones are really pretty. They're kind of like, well, just large boxes. They're not kiss cut, but they're also boxes. Like, we could probably cut out boxes. In fact, if I go into the middle of this, I did cut out boxes because there was a particular design that I didn't want to use in the video because it didn't seem to match quite as well as the others. That was this one here. Its color was just a little bit like, I mean, you're never really going to hear me say too punchy, but in terms of the rest of the ones in the palette, it was too punchy. Like, the rest of them are this kind of like, pale pink kind of, well, like, I don't know, it's not pale pink, but subdued colors kind of a thing, subdued blues, and then this one is like, blue, I'm present, pay attention to me. So these ones I didn't end up using, but the rest of them I did use in that video. So the way that I used these, might as well show it off because we're here. I just used them to like line the page or for larger pieces of decoration. I can find the layouts. So like for this one, I put it along the bottom and just kind of like ripped them in half. For like this one, I just cut out some panels and then like stuck them in the top corner and stuff like that. So they're very kind of like tile-like, kind of, I don't know, just like large pieces that can take up a corner type thing. If you don't want to fluff around with like trying to layer a bunch of stickers together or whatever, you can just trim them down. They're nice and decently sized, makes the decoration very simple. So those ones are a one tape that I got. We will put these guys, I always keep any offcuts of any tape I have in the middle of the tape. So I just kind of roll them up and put them back in there because I have trouble with wasting tape. I don't like wasting little bits and pieces. At the moment, I have a bunch of little offcuts, these guys, on my desk. These are also from the washi tape shop. This is an alt collection, though. I love it. I wish they still sold it because I would totally buy it again. But these ones were all kind of rolled up and stuck in the middle of the tape, and I need to put them back. But anywho, so yeah, the kiss cut is the way to go for sure. I would agree. Like, in terms of the tiles, because they are just squares, I'm like not too sad about it. But in terms of our other designs, those ones I'm like, yes, please kiss cut these so that I do not have to do it for myself. So I know Halloween is like practically already here, but I'm gonna have a look at those ones first because we can. These ones you will have already seen on the channel, the first lot we're looking at, because I used them in my reading journal setup. I'll show you the layout just in case you haven't seen it because that live stream was a long live stream. But the layout that we made was this one. So it's like a little haunted house, and we have like the little ghosties, and we had like the cobweb and little ghosts in front of the house. And I just kind of cut out little bits and pieces and like stuck them around the house. Little moon, little burbs, bats, that kind of thing. Freaking bats. So these ones are all washi tape stickers. I think they do possibly also come in a PET tape, but it was the washi version that I got. So they're the same kind of paper like a regular washi tape. It's just that they are kiss cut onto the roll, so you have individual elements. So if we open this one up, when you open it up, you do have to be careful because of course they are stickers. So you can see like that corner there is peeling up. Just need to gently, gently, gently. Not gentle enough. You get the idea though. Let's see if I can actually get this off without ruining my sticker. Because again, I have that hoarder's mindset when it comes to stationery sometimes, and I get very worried about damaging things. But you can see that we have a decent range of designs on this one. This one comes in a 3-pack, so this tape and then these two as well. So October 31st, we've got lanterns, pumpkins, bats. We've got the haunted house, we've got the witch's hat, and then we're back to the start again. So like October 31st here, October 31st here. So you can kind of see that full repeat. As said, these are individual stickers, so like we can kind of go in and like pull one design up here. Carefully. This is the one that has been abused because it got stuck on the back of that sticker paper, but hopefully you can kind of see that there. Individual sticker. There we go. Quite cute. So yeah, just being a little bit careful when you try and pull it up. I'm just going to pull away some of the extra stuff here so you can kind of see like where the stickers are. Yeah? Gently, carefully. Was this a good idea? The jury's out. There we go. So hopefully you can kind of see a little bit easier now, like those are the individual sticker elements that we have. But I love Halloween. I love Halloween tapes. I think I love Halloween tapes maybe a little bit more than I love Halloween. Halloween isn't really something that New Zealanders kind of like celebrate, but I do love like Halloween aesthetic. So we're going to open up the next one, have a look at that too, because it's nice to have a look at the full set. Whee! So these ones, obviously, you can see that I have used a bit more of, so we'll move it along a little bit. So we have Halloween and Halloween, so that's like a full repeat of that one. Quickly sneaking out of your meeting to mute to say that the stickers are great. Yeah, Monica very much enjoyed these. I gave her at least 2 repeats of every tape that we have in this set so that she could use it in her journal for this month. But we have these ones as well. There we go. Yep, spooky guy. So you can see that full repeat there. So this is one set, and all of them are kiss cut. All of them are on that washi sticker paper type deal. Makes for very easy decoration. I love how everything is matchy. Everything is samey. I don't typically use the ones with the text on them. So like, Halloween, October 31st, 'tis the season. 'Tis the season to be spooky. Like those ones I don't typically use so much, but I use things like, the stack of books and the broom and all of those kind of things. So I think that they're quite cool. But we will wrap those ones up. We'll wrap up the first one first because you've had the most amount of time with it. And when I wrap them up, I just like to put them on the desk and roll them. Meow. Because it's just a little bit easier than sitting there like, utter. Oh, fellow Kiwi here. Hello. Recent discover of the channel. Nice. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. Always love having new community members, especially from our neck of the woods. Roll that one up. Whee! So yeah, I what you get the larger ouchless hair elastics. They're gentle on the rolls and inexpensive enough to replace. Ah, nice. That's a good idea. Because yeah, I find that I do like that it comes with that little bit of sticker, I don't know, tape or whatever, so that you can adhere them to each other. Sometimes I just use like washi that I don't really want anymore, and I'll stick them together. But usually, if it's washi that I don't want, it's because it doesn't stick very well. So it doesn't necessarily do the best job of it, but it's fine. Good solution though. So putting those to the side. For anybody who missed it, these are from the washi tape shop. I know that sometimes there are questions in the comments and I don't necessarily get to them because I get just a little bit wrapped up in what I'm doing. I apologize. But if you do have any questions as we go through, I will endeavor to make sure I, one, pay attention and two, answer them. But I also know that sometimes people's video lags a little bit, so they're a little bit further behind. So I might be answering questions about the wrong stuff. But yes, all that to say, let's look at the next tape. So this one I don't think I've actually even opened yet, so that's kind of exciting. These ones are on a PT material rather than the washi material. And I opened it incredibly poorly, so now it's fallen down. It's okay, it didn't fall very far. It's literally still here on the desk. But this one is kind of like a like summer fruit cocktails kind of vibe. So we've got all of the glassware, we've got the peaches, oranges, lemons, that kind of thing, little bits and pieces and sprigs of whatnots. Am I going to be able to figure out where the end of this is? I feel like the repeat on this is a little bit longer. So let's see. We're gonna hold it up. So I'll try and go fairly slowly so you can see it. So we have some pears. We've got the glassware. We've got the fruity bits. What's shipping like to New Zealand from the washi tape factory? Absolutely fine. I have found that it arrives quite promptly. I'm currently waiting on their Christmas tapes at the moment. We've got some oranges, little text slogan, some more glassware. I know that's not a tomato, but my first thought was, why is there a tomato? We've got some more glasses. Oh gosh, it really goes for a while, eh? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think that to get back to, like, because we haven't seen this lemon text before. Lemon, get out of the way. People need to see the good things. Shoot. Lemon. Glasses. And then we're back to this glassware because I think that was kind of like at the start. Yeah, there we go. That looks like the start. So we have, for the roll, we'll just do it quickly. This is the start of the repeat. We have that much on a repeat. That is a lot. Yeah. This PT tape is thirsty. This PT tape is longer than my bloody house. Like, I saw somebody who was doing a kind of like little haul video for the washi tape shop, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot. New watcher from Australia. Excellent. Which part of Australia are you from? I'm from Melbourne myself. So I have like a slight bias towards Melbourne, but g'day from not so sunny Wellington. But this is a lot of fun. I love that, like, especially this time of year, a lot of the materials that we see coming out in the shops are very, like, fall and like Halloween, obviously, Thanksgiving, even Christmas kind of focused, particularly like a white snowy Christmas. Living in New Zealand right now, it's warming up, or at least as warm as Wellington gets, which means that this kind of thing, which is very much like, summer cocktail kind of vibes, is really nice to see. So this is exciting. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to use it in my journal for December, but I'm like kind of tempted. So rolling off. Oh, it's from Sydney. I was just in Sydney, like literally last week. I got back on Tuesday. So here we go. Put that one to the side. That one's looking cute. Keeping on the summer train because, again, that's where I'm headed to. This one is, again, absolutely gorgeous because all of them are absolutely gorgeous. This one has a bunch of, like, fruits and flowers and such. Alrighty, so the question was, you said that Archer and Olive doesn't ship there, how do you get your notebooks? The sub boxes don't ship to New Zealand, but the reason that I have ever gotten a sub box is because they have specifically sent it to me as, like, a kind of, like, working relationship rather than me purchasing through their store. So, again, I know I'm very blessed for that. I very much appreciate it, but it does mean that, like, if you want to get a New Zealand sub box or a sub box in New Zealand, you have to go through something called U-Shop or U-Post or whatever, which is effectively like our postal service works with people in America to like ship to an American address and then forward that shipping onto New Zealand, which is quite expensive, and thus I don't do it. In terms of sub boxes in the Philippines, I'm not sure if you guys have like a similar system or if there's like some kind of organization you can do. I know sometimes people have just actually reached out to Archer and Olive specifically and said like, "Hey, I don't care what the shipping is. Like, I just want this item. Please just send it to me." But anywho, I don't even know where the repeat is on this because I have just kind of continued to pull this off. But we have like watermelons and cherries and pomegranates, and I just think it's gorgeous. I I would be so tempted to use this to do one of those kind of like what's the I know what this thing is called. It's like a wave design where you have like all of the little bits and pieces and elements. I'm gonna find you an example if I can remember where it is and show you what I mean, which I probably won't be able to figure out which notebook it's in, honestly. But sometimes when I do designs in cover pages in particular, I do this kind of like wave design where you have a whole bunch of little elements and stuff. I think I have a notebook in mind that I can show you what I mean. So, scoot, 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 scoot. Are you in here? Yes. Yes, you are in here. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So this kind of thing, right? Now this one is obviously hand drawn, so it's not quite the same, but effectively you make this kind of like wave outline and then you would, in this case, use your PET pieces and then just like stick a whole bunch of elements in it. And then that would be like your cover design. I would be very tempted to use this for that kind of thing because I think it would be really, really cute. Not a plan to do right this very second, but I think it'd be a nice way to utilize the tape. So closing that up, putting that to the side. I have previously done one where I've actually used tape, but that one is in one of my R&D notebooks because I did it as like an example setup type thing, and I do not know which R&D notebook it's in. I need to do like a big kind of archive of all of my notebooks and list out the types of layouts that I set up in them because I don't know where anything is anymore. So, this is called a Zentangle. I typically think of Zentangles as being patterns rather than elements like this. Like, this one I would just call, like, a doodle wave because it's doodles in a wave. A very unattractive kind of system to call it. I would call this more of a Zentangle because it's like that repeating pattern that you kind of, like, just mindfully, mindlessly do, which sounds silly because it's mindful and mindless, but yeah, when I do Zentangles, quote, quote, this is kind of what I think of, but I don't have any other Zentangles in this one, but shoving that, yeah, faux Zentangle, faux tangle, like, Zen, faux, fentangle, sounds silly, but more tapes to have a look at. So this one here is just a bunch of, I say just, that sounds rude, is a bunch of landscapes, which I can't find the start of because of course not. You don't want to make this easy for me to, no. When they first come off the roll, you can kind of see, hopefully, there's like that line. You probably can't. There's like a line down the side here, which is where the tape sits. Whenever I stick the tape back onto it so that it's get offable, I always put it horizontal rather than vertical. And it's just a little easier for future me, doing future Jess a favor. So in this one though, we have a bunch of little kind of like little what's the word? Like landscape swatches almost. So we have a range of those, and you can see hopefully the outline around them because they're all kiss cut. We love a kiss cut moment. It just makes life so much easier. So you can treat it like a sticker rather than having to cut them out yourself. I do not know how many elements of these there are, but we're going to go through fairly quickly. So off to the side here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know where I was. 10, question mark, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, roughly 22-ish pieces. That leaf is technically its own piece. I can't remember where I started counting, but we do have a bunch of different elements and pieces, which would be very nice to use in some kind of a setup. Um, I this kind of thing makes me think of those reading journal layouts that people make where they kind of like theme the page around the like book setting or book themes or like anything like that. So I would be thinking like, country romance type thing, big city girl has to move to the country because her I don't know, estranged aunt died and left her a farm and now she has to figure out how to raise goats or something. It's not the kind of books I typically read, probably very notable by my description, but this is kind of the thing I'm thinking. Um, so, and then she finds love in an unlikely place with a farm boy who has big dreams of doing something. I don't know. I want to watch it though. I'd watch it. Yeah, very Hallmark movie. So that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting from this. I would totally be keen to see somebody make that kind of a setup in their reading journal. I am going to remove this sticker on the end if I can, with great struggles. With great struggles. So that then I can stick it in the other direction, make life easier for future Jess. Whee! There we go. So that one looks safer now. Now, one of these other tapes that we got, I think it was called like Fall Friends or something like that, and it's just like a bunch of little cartoony people. This one looks quite cute, but I know that when somebody unwrapped the roll online, there was one little dude in particular that gave them a good chuckle, and I want to see if we can find him. So this one has a bunch of little like it looks like a journaling type deal. Like if you made a junk journal with little bits and pieces. I'm going to see if I can find a white piece of paper to put behind it so you can actually appreciate what we're looking at here. There we go. So I'll put this one behind it so you can see hopefully a little better now, like all of the little pieces of text. So it's like, take your meal to the park in winter. A soup pot is best. It stays warm longer. Don't forget to take your trash with you. That's very responsible of you. So just like a bunch of little pieces, bits and pieces in here. We've got like just little cozy time things, and it would be the kind of thing that I would see somebody like draw into their journal if they did kind of like a sketch notey kind of like memory keeping type thing, and I think that'd be very cute. So we have a bunch of little elements here. We are not going to count them because they are smaller than the other ones, but this is the guy. This is the one that gave them a good laugh, and hopefully you guys can see why. I'm like, why would you put that on here? Like I'm fine with it, but my guy, come on. What are you doing? It's cool. So we've got some leaves, we've got some scenery, we've got some little people doing questionable things. Oh my dear lord. We've got some cats. We've got some cats with a box. We've got cozy reading chair, foodie bits, cycling. God, this goes on for quite a while, doesn't it? And then I think we're roughly back to where we started because I remember our hugging people that look like cookies. So yeah, that was definitely a little thought poof. That was definitely what it was. Like, if we go back and have a look at him, you can see it. You can see right there. Like, it's attached to the sticker. Like, the kiss cut goes around it. So it's part of the design, guys. We're going to wrap this one up. This tape up, not this video. We still have things to look at. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. But this is quite cute. I don't know how I would use it because it's not really the styling that I typically use. We're also moving into spring, not into fall. So maybe I'll have to save it for next fall, next autumn for me. Yeah, a little toot. But wrapping that one back up. Whee! And then having a look at the next one. The next one is another spooky tape, so we probably should have looked at it when we looked at the other spooky tapes, but we didn't. So this one is PET rather than washi tape. It does come in washi tape. So a lot of the ones that we've looked at, you can get them in the washi design or the PET design. So if you have a preference for one or the other, there's an option for you. We love that. This one we have little ghosty bits. Oi, get out. We've got the little tombstone type deal, pumpkin, trees, sceneries, some text that I'll probably never use. They're still looking pretty cute. I'm trying to pull this, but it's really difficult. Little house, more sceneries, October 31st, Another little house. This is the one that weirds me out because I don't know what a vibe S is, but it's here. I mean, you could just trim off the last S or something, unless it's like a snake saying it, but then I feel like it should be spooky as opposed to just spooky. But it's all good. Other bits and pieces. I think my favorite one from this one is definitely this guy. It's like a little ghost in a coffee. I don't know if you can see. It's like the little ghosty latte art. And then ghosty in a tree. And then we're back to the start. So lots of different designs on this one. I think that, yeah, ghosty latte is definitely my favorite personally. But flipping that one over, washi tape graveyard, but it's the text part of the text. It literally would be that. Yes, maybe that's what I should set up in my next journal. Is just have my washi tape graveyard dedicated to all of the little pieces of text that I was like, no, I'm not going to use that. But that one's quite cute. Again, it does come in a washi as well, but I got the PET version, so sneaking that one off to the side. And then, okay, if you like cats, which I'm not really an animal person, like I love the like the cute animals from a distance. Like you're over there looking cute, and I'm over here also possibly looking cute and looking at you being cute, and we're just like not going to interact type deal. But if you're the kind of person who likes cutie things, cutie cats in particular, then I raise you cutie spooky cats. So we have a lot of cutie little black cats in this one. We have 3 different strips. So these ones are washi stickers again, so individual elements. I think this would make for a bloody gorgeous journal theme. But I'm not the kind of person who typically puts a lot of animals in my journal. Unless they're bugs for some reason. Like bugs in real life, totally not okay with. Bugs in my journal, sure. But this one has a bunch of different designs as per every tape. So that is our repeat. We've got this guy to this guy, which is like that. Those two are the same. So yeah, put this one up here so you can see it. But I like this one because it literally has a little label that says Liquid Cat on it, which is very cute. But we'll lay these ones out. I don't think I've even opened the majority of these because I was just like, they are very cute, but I know I'm not going to use them right now. So I was waiting to show them off to the fine folks of the internet, aka you. So if you've been enjoying hanging out with me though, make sure to give the video a like because I appreciate it. It tells the algorithm, hey, I want to see more stuff from Jess. And that means that you see more stuff from Jess. Especially given the fact that Vlogmas is coming up. We're going to have a video per day and I'm so bloody excited about it, even though it's going to be a lot of work. But you can see that we have from Beetlebug to Beetlebug. And we've got another little cozy cats. This one's looking very cozy. He's got his little cat Crocs on and his little cat puffer jacket. And then we've got one more roll of these ones as well. How do you store those? Good question. I store them in a drawer. I'll go get the drawer and I'll show you how I store them. I am looking to possibly invest in some kind of like anti-roll system because sometimes my tapes try and roll away from me. So we're from Shroomy Cat to Shroomy Cat here. So little Shroomy Cat to little Shroomy Cat. So this is our range. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 different kitty designs. So cute. Oh my gosh. But I'll go get you the drawer so you can see what I do. So, this is my washi drawer. Well, one of 3. So I tend to use boxes from like Archer and Olive orders, notebook orders, whatever, to try and house tapes that are kind of similar to each other. So these are all of like my reading journal tapes. These are primarily my black and white tapes. And then the ones on the outside are just like extra pieces. So we've got some Halloween tapes up here. Another Halloween tape. This one is backup map tape of this tape here. All of my neutral looking grids, that kind of stuff. So this is just a drawer that I can open, get things out of, put back in. But yeah, things roll. Like get back in your lane here, friendo. What lives here? Oh no. Oh, actually, I think that's the tape set that I'm using at the moment for November, because I wanted to keep them all together. So yeah, I kind of keep them in boxes, in drawers to try and keep like items together. But moving this one back carefully and trying not to have all my tapes roll away from each other. Ugh. Close that. Oh dear, oh dear. Are you in? Yes? Thank you. Safe. Whew. Safe. So, yeah, not a cat person, but I do think that these are very cute. I can appreciate the aesthetic of the cheeky kitty. So, rolling these ones up. I don't know if I'll ever end up using it in my journal, because there's only so many spooky seasons and there's a lot of spooky tape, which is fine. But still, let's see. Will you do an R&D video of hobby journal ideas? Planning on making a sewing journal and gardening journal, and you have all the good ideas. We could do that, possibly. I don't think I'm going to do it like this very second, but like this year, I don't think I'll have the availability to do it, but it could be something that we look at doing next year. I was thinking of doing like a proper video for gaming journal ideas as well. Like we have a gaming journal ideas video on the channel, but that's more of like a list rather than like a show and tell type deal. Are those the same size as the A&O ones? Are we talking about the boxes that are in the drawers, or are we talking about the tapes? This tape in particular, if we're thinking about sizing. Do I have a ruler? Let's see. The Sims 4, nice. I quite enjoy The Sims 4. This tape is 5 centimeters tall, if that helps. But the Archer and Olive tapes, they vary in size notably. These ones are quite a bit larger. I don't think I've ever had an Archer and Olive tape that's been 5.5 centimeters tall. But not all of these are 5.5 centimeters tall. Like the ones that we've looked at that are on the washi stickers, they are all 5.5 centimeters tall. But the PT ones, like those ones are a taller tape, but the individual elements can be smaller because there was a lot of different sized elements on this one, for instance. Like if we go and have a look at the kiss cut, you can see that kiss cut piece is quite small. This one goes like the entire width kind of a thing. So yeah, you'd love a gardening journal ideas video. Nice. Yeah, I'd be keen to do that one. I've been getting into plants a little bit more, and it might be interesting to think about like what kind of layouts would be useful for that type of thing. Now, I'm just checking. Was there anything else that I was supposed to show you? I say supposed to in the sense of like I was just gushing over it and I wanted to show you, and if I turn the video off and I haven't shown it to you, it's going to make me sad. Like, I think that was mustache, not mustache, mustache. But I also okay. Spoilers, but oh my gosh. Ah, dear. So I got a rather large package from Journal Say, which I'm going to be doing a video on. So we're not going to look at this in full, but I just wanted to show you so we can appreciate. And I'm going to try not to deafen you with trying to get this tape off because I didn't even prep the box because we weren't supposed to show it off today. But I got a very large package from Journal Say. I love Journal Say. But oh god, this is a big box. So if you haven't heard of Journal Say, they are one of my new go-to favorite spots for just buying like tapes and stickers and stuff and anything kind of like decoraty for your journal. And oh, there's more tape. Of course, there's more tape. And for our live stream next week, which will be on the regular day, the reason we're doing this today is because the last live stream yesterday was for members only. So if you're a new member, welcome. If you're an old member, still great to have you on board. Absolutely love it. If you want to become a member and make sure that you don't miss out on exclusive videos like live streams and the like, then you can join the team with a capital T. Doing this carefully because I literally have a knife. You can join and make sure that you don't miss out on any of those videos, and watch all of the backlog if you want to as well, which is like a decent chunk of content. But video next week, completely, just off topic for myself, aren't I? Next week, we're going to be doing stuff with this. So this one, we just open it up. See, we have a rather large package. I'm not going to be able to. There we go. Can that just stay there? Just don't hit me in the head, please. We'll just unbox this part together. Beautiful. And it even comes with a really nice sticker that I'm going to rip in half. Oh no. But I also got everything in here. So we have some packaging. We love packaging. Chuck that to the side. But we have tape bits and a deck of cards and some more tape. And oh, this one's like a little fall tape moment. And we've got a pack of papers and some little ticket kind of bits and stuff. There's quite a lot in here. But that's not for today's video, that's for next week's video. So, to make sure that you don't miss out, make sure you're subscribed because, love to have you as part of the team, whether it be with a capital T or just a little t, it's always good. Make sure that you like this video because I appreciate it and I appreciate you. And if you want to win a Typhosi notebook, you do have to jump over to Instagram and do the things that it says on the video. It's only 3 things: a follow, and a comment. You can do this. I believe in you and I believe that you're gonna win. Oh my gosh. I need to go tidy up my desk because I'm supposed to get some work done today. Thank you for being here, gorgeous humans. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.